Morning everyone. Today your computer teacher Tushar is here with you for the topic cyber safety. Friends, we are going through the unit social impacts of IT. So we are with the same unit social impacts of IT. Friends, as we know that social impacts of IT, we have read digital footprints, intellectual property. Now it's time to learn about the cyber safety. Now, what do you mean by that cyber safety in this chapter? I've taken this chapter from book Sumita Arora. So, we will see what is cyber safety, what is safely browsing the web, identify protection by using internet, confidentiality of information, cybercrime. So, all these things we are going to cover in this chapter. Now, let me start with the introduction. So, what it says, today's age cannot be even thought of without internet. Even in dreams, although internet has made even things easier, but at the same time it has posed many security risks such as fraud, spam mails, etc, etc, etc. There are so many things. Thus it is important to know how possible threats, challenges and risk of working on internet. Thus it is important to know about the possible threats, the challenges, the risks of working on the internet to ensure personal safety. So, first of all, the thing is that we should know what is cyber safety. Now, friends, whenever the term cyber is there, it means online. Whatever you are doing online, what the cyber safety means. First, I will read this. Cyber safety refers to the safe and responsible use of internet to ensure safe and security of personal information and not posing threat to anyone else's information. Means cyber safety से क्या मतलब है कि एक useful purpose through which internet is used so that there is no security threat to others and to us also. Okay, now cyber safety refers to the safe and responsible use of internet so as to ensure safety and security of personal information and not posing threat to anyone else's information. It involves gaining knowledge about possible threats to personal safety. It involves gaining knowledge about possible threats to personal safety and security risks for information along with measures to prevent and counter them. It means it holds all the things. If some security breach is there in the cyber cell, then it must be able to prevent and to counter them. So friends, what is cyber safety? Cyber safety again is safe and responsible way of using internet so as to ensure one's personal information will not be leaked. So it involves gaining knowledge about possible threats to personal security and security risk for the information along with measures to prevent and counter them. Now, how can we safely browse our web? Means how we can check whether the safety of browsing, whatever we are browsing, is safe or not. This is very important. These days, working on the web has become inevitable, and thus it is very important to know the threats it may offer. Now, safe browsing on web needs you to know many things like what are possible dangers, क्या dangers हो सकते हैं, how to avoid them, हम कैसे avoid कर सकते हैं, how to virtually conduct yourself while browsing the web. कि आप अपने आप को कैसे देख सकते हैं that whether your personal information is leaked or not while browsing the web. Thus, you need to know that not every site is safe to visit. This I am underlining. Okay, whatever you post or do online is visible to others. Yes, World Wide Web. Whatever we are doing online, whatever we are posting on our Facebook, Insta, or other websites, whether they are social media or not, it is posting and is visible to others. Not everything that you see or is promised online is true. Yes, ये भी कहा बिल्कुल ठीक बात है कि जो भी कुछ प्रॉमिस किया जाता है सब कुछ ठीक नहीं होता. Also, safeguarding your computer is very crucial before you go online. So, there are some rules you must follow to conduct yourself online, and there are the things you must know so that you can encounter unknown damages. So friends, how we can securely? First, we have to identify possible dangers, then ways to avoid them, now to virtually conduct by self checking that whether we are under danger or not, Now I have underlined, you need to know not every site is safe to visit. Whatever you post or do online is visible to others. हर कोई जो भी आप पोस्ट कर रहे हैं उसे देख सकता है. Not everything that you see or is promised online is true. Also, safeguarding your computer is very crucial before you go online. There are some rules you must follow to conduct yourself online, and there are other things that you must know so that your computer under more dangerous. Now next we are going to study about identity protection while using internet. Friends, as we know that we are using internet for a variety of reasons. कभी हमें social media को use करना है, we are using e-commerce websites such as Amazon, Flipkart, etc. Then we give output, then we give out private data to businesses and other internet users. If you take about the government websites, we are filling so many forms for our test, for our jobs online, but we trust them to use the information for legitimate purpose. This is always not the case. It is not necessary that all the information goes to the site are safe. As you are doing banking, it is always said do yourself, don't share your passwords, etc. with anyone else. Thus, isn't always the case, though, and financial and personal data can be used for harmful reasons like hacking, stalking, and identity fraud. Now, identity fraud is when personal details that have been accessed or stolen are used to commit fraudulent acts posing as someone else with stolen identity. Now, what is identity fraud? Identity fraud is when the personal details that have been accessed or stolen are used to commit fraudulent acts. So we are now confirming about the identity theft. So this isn't always the case through, and financial personal data can be used for harmful reasons. Like I have told you example in the last video that a person has hacked 126 bank websites and stolen $4,000 million from the accounts of that banks. Okay, most common solution to this is private browsing or anonymous browsing. Now Google Chrome provides us with incognito mode, that is private browsing. Okay, now before moving further, let us discuss what do you mean by identity theft. Now identity theft is a type of fraud that involves using someone else's identity to steal money or to gain other benefits. Now identity theft is just like thefting your identity from some points, and involves using someone else's identity to steal money or gain other benefits. Online identity theft refers to an act of stealing someone's personal information such as name, login details, and then posing as that person online. So identity theft is a fraud that involves stealing someone's identity to steal money or gain other benefits. Now online identity theft refers to an act of stealing someone's personal information. Now there are many ways in which websites track you. Okay, so there are many ways in which a website tracks you. So we will discuss these ways. Many ways websites track you are: whenever you visit a website, your web browser may reveal your location via your device IP address. Yes, IP address is unique for your PC. It can be shared. It is automatically shared when you browse for a website. It can also provide your search and browsing history, which may be used by third parties like advertisers or criminals. This way websites track you. Friends, I will tell you one example that in Ahmedabad, once there was a bomb blast, and in that the terrorists engaged these websites, tracked the information of the people and used that information to do it. So tracking is generally used by advertising networks to build up detailed profiles for pinpoint ad targeting. So tracking is generally used by advertising networks to build up detailed profiles for pinpoint ad targeting. Now recall the data tracking reported in US elections, Brazil elections, and many more. Because in US it is highly said that the president has just tracked the data and won the election. In Brazil also, and many. So the type of information is compiled through your web usage pattern and which websites generally used for. So it is highly recommended that you use only trusted websites. This generally includes number one, IP address. IP address is a unique address of your device. When you connect to internet, IP address is active. It's likely that your computer shares your IP address with other network devices in your house or office from your IP address. A website can determine your rough geographical location. Yes, a website can determine your rough geographical locations. Now, cookies and tracking scripts. Cookies are small pieces of information, as we have studied yesterday. Websites can store in your browser. They have plenty of, for example, when you sign in your banking website, a cookie sorry for that. A cookie is stored when you even use your banking website. Look, so when you change a setting on a website, a cookie stores that setting, so it can be persisted across page loads and sessions, so that it is for our convenience. But the hackers, the attackers can use it for their convenience. Cookies are small text files on your computer storing small piece of information related to your online habits. So cookies are the small text files on your computer storing small piece of information related to your online habits. So cookies can be first party cookies or third party cookies. First party cookies means that store your own, means our own ID, passwords, autofill information from website data frequency visit. Like in my browser, I have filled that whenever I log into Gmail, password will be autofilled and it will be login. Third party cookies, these are the cookies that website stores to know about your search history and web browsing history. As you have heard that in India during lockdown, this website is searched so many times, this website is searched. How they came to know, that is third party cookies. That tells that how these can be saved. Next is HTTP referrer. HTTP means Hypertext Transfer Protocol referrer. When you click on a link, your browser loads the web page linked to it, right? This is correct. And tells the website where you came from. Even though we hide our information that we are not from this place, but website owner knows where from. For example, if you click to link outside website on a web page, example, this figure given below, then the link website will be opened. Internal information about you, such as your IP address, location, web browser, machine type, will be provided to the linked website. This is known as HTTP referral. For example, this site is NDTV site is open, and once you will click on this advertisement, the budget can bring drastic changes, LIC. So the information along with the NDTV website will go to the LIC website, and this is known as HTTP referral. Next is super cookies. Now what are super cookies? Aside from cookies, now second term is super cookies. Super cookies are also cookies, but these are persistent cookies. That is, they come back even after you delete them. Oh, this is a very bad thing. Okay, super cookies store cookie data in multiple places. For example, in Flash cookies, Silverlight storage, your browsing history, HTML5 local storage. So super cookies store cookie data in multiple places. For example, in Flash cookies. Now, when a website notices that you have deleted part of the super cookie, this information is repopulated from other location. इसका मतलब क्या है कि वेबसाइट कहीं ना कहीं से हमारा इंफॉर्मेशन निकाल लेता है. For example, you might clear your browser cookies and not your Flash cookies. This is the example between browser and Flash. So the website will copy the value of Flash cookies to your browser cookies. So what are super cookies? Super cookies are the cookies that are persistent cookies, means after deletion they can even come back. We used to delete our web browser cookies. Now next is user agent. Now user agent, your browser also sends a user agent every time you tries to connect to a website. This tells website, your browser and operating system providing another piece of data that can be stored to target ads. That's why ads prompt on you again and again. All the above leaks your identity information to websites. It may be used against you, against any social use. So solution to this is only private and anonymous browsing that we will discuss in the next part.